It's fine here. Fine. Everything's fine. What's that quote from Star Wars? Hi, how are you? Han Solo says it. I'm butchering it. The fact of the matter is, I've got a crazy thing that happened to me. Like, I think in my Star Wars fandom, this is at least top 5 the craziest things that have ever happened to me as a fan. As you all know and have seen the progression of my Star Wars room behind me. We went live with Legends Lookback a little over a year ago, and as we were setting all this up, realized my old shelves looked bad, so I destroyed them. I think I gave them away. But then I destroyed my wall, and I built these bookshelves, and it was a much bigger project than I ever anticipated. Then of course, we're moving. So the realtor says, like the Star Wars mural is a little much. Why don't you just paint over it? Make it look a little bit more like, hey, this could be anybody's house. Yes, you have Star Wars books on the shelves now, but like you could put anything on there. Well, painted over the mural. It was a sad day. I think it looks good, looks fine, but not compared to what it looked like. We listed the house, got it all ready for the photos. The market's hot. People are saying like, hey, you could go fast. We're hoping it goes fast. Like, hey, we trying to make this move before Christmas, racing against Santa's sleigh. Long story short, the house lists. And get a flood of requests. People wanting to come see the house and walk through it and get their hands on the get actually in the space, see if it could be their house, right? They want to make us an offer, want to move in, not with us, we'll move out first. Fact of the matter is, I'm sitting around one day and I get a message from our buddy Andrew, Yutini. He sees something in a Facebook group, and he says somebody has taken a picture. Like one of the pictures, the realty pictures of my house, of my Star Wars room. And he posts in a random Facebook Star Wars book nerds group. He says, if this Star Wars collection isn't a sign that I need to buy this house, I don't know what is. He had randomly found my collection out in the wild. Isn't that crazy, guys?
That is so wild, man.
Wow.
I love that.
I saw that unfold. I saw that whole thing
did.
unfold, and I was like, I know that guy.
It
That's
gets
crazy.
crazier because he ended up buying the house.
Yes, that's great.
There's
He
implications here. Yes, he did. Yeah, it's the guy. A local Star Wars fan, which is cool. Star Wars Books fan. He's in a Star Wars Books Facebook group. We could have been friends this whole time.
Yeah, that is a bummer.
That's a sad part. But the cool part, one, is how much money he wants to pay me. Two, here's the implication. All right. Have you already done the math, viewers? Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for being here with us. Have you figured out the implications of this? If he thinks the Star Wars room is the selling point on the house, what are the implications for me in my Star Wars collecting?
No.
What?
For one, you painted over a mural he would have loved.
That's true.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's very
Yep.
true.
Yep.
You need to fire that realtor, man.
She's great.
I know,
great.
I'm sure
She's
she
great.
is, but it's just
Of all the things.
that
What a
hurts.
story.
That hurts.
There's more. There's
else?
more. There's more
How is there
implications.
more?
Did you figure it out?
Did you sign a contract that includes your Star Wars book collection in the house?
No.
Are you
My
sure?
collections
Are
come
you-
with
are
me.
you
and
sure?
That's part of
It was
the
in the picture,
implications
wasn't it?
Here. It does not convey. That's a word I've learned now.
Okay.
Convey, like appliances. We actually in the house we're buying have asked for their chickens. So like we're getting their chickens.
Those chickens are mine.
Yep. We said we want the house. We want the house and the fridge, the washer, the dryer, and the chickens. Okay.
And no questions asked.
Leave the mural. Take the chickens.
Oh, that's
love
funny.
No
that.
questions asked. No, here's the implications. My Star Wars room ended up being the selling point for the house. Therefore, in the new house, I should get a bigger, better, way more awesome Star Wars collection.
Yeah.
Because, like, effectively, thousands of dollars. We're getting thousands of dollars because of how good my Star Wars room looked. Therefore, some of those thousands of dollars should go toward my new collection, right?
Yes.
Some of the thousands?
I would say
It's
so.
I agree.
not that many thousands.
It
but-
is an investment, okay? You just have to consider your family's future and recognize that it's an investment.
What you
More
showing
books.
off? What you
More
showing off, Freddie?
Trusa Bakura books.
More
is what that means.
Trusa Bakuras. I've already got like 4 or 5, Freddie.
I've got
Well,
3
anyway.
sitting here.
I will, of course, be updating everybody along the way on what that collection is going to be like. I've got a new idea. Sometimes you get an idea and it just latches on with every fiber of your being and you can't think about anything else. Or is that just me?
I get that.
It happens.
see that.
It happens.
Yeah.
That's what's happened with my new Star Wars collection. Like my new Star Wars room. I cannot wait to tell you guys about my ideas. Spoiler alert,
man.
it's none of the ideas we discussed like 2 episodes ago. It's none of them.
I'm
It's
a bit
something else.
insulted, but I understand.
It's even better. It's even better. You know what else?
Better
is
than
even-
Dagobah?
You know what's what else is even better than Dagobah? This episode of Legends Look Back. So without further ado, let's kick it off. What's up, everybody? We are here for Legends Look Back, proudly part of the Yutini podcast network. This is a Star Wars books podcast for, let me try this again. It's a Star Wars books podcast you can stuff into your fanny pack. Change the wording a little bit, threw me off. Where we celebrate our rich EU history as well as dive into lesser known Star Wars classics. I'm your host, Jared Mays, and I am joined tonight not by Palpatine, what's going on there, but by Freddie C. How are you?
But by naked Palpatine.
No.
It happened.
Oh my gosh.
Right
hello,
off the
everyone.
That was an excellent segue.
Beautiful.
We are going to talk a little bit of naked Palps in the Legends Lookout segment.
Yeah. There's so all I have to say is if I had a Star Wars room, I'm thinking I've shifted it. I want the hyperbaric chamber.
The what?
What?
The chamber that they put. I'm pretty sure it's like a hyperbaric chamber. What they put. I'm not even sure if I'm saying it right, guys. Corey's in the
Sounds
chat.
like a
Please
thing.
help me out here.
Is it
He's a doctor.
hyperbolic? I don't know.
Hyperbolic?
I don't know.
Hyperbole?
What
That's
does
a
it
word.
do?
Chamber?
What
Sure,
movie is
yeah.
it in?
Anyway, the chamber.
Oh, the one that Darth Vader goes in?
Yeah.
It takes his face off? Man,
Yes.
that's cool.
That's what I want.
That's what you would want your office. You'd want to spend time in there?
See, I'm correct, guys. Yeah, there we go. It just
It's
shut it off. Bye, everybody. I'm
it's
out for a little bit.
it's too pristine
All right.
and white. I've got a dog and a cat. That thing would just be covered in hairs all the time. No way
I
to
know, I
keep
have a
that
white dog
thing
too.
clean.
Black
Yeah,
things, not an option.
that's right. That's right. Joining us tonight with all of her dog hair is Emily Dayback. How are you?
I am very, very sick, but I'm happy to be here. I couldn't miss the free episode. I mean, I'm like the queen of free. So I'm very excited to be here. I know you're going to be thrilled with my insights.
Are you
Can't
the
wait
queen
to
of
hear
free?
it.
That's cool. This is Freddie's idea. So
I love it. I'm happy to be here. This is like my life mantra. How can I get it for free?
you know who else loves free stuff? Rick Grace. How are you, Rick?
Hey, I do love free stuff or cheap stuff. I'm pretty cheap and thrifty.
Cheap, yeah.
And I will say, I think we should just officially have a Naked Palpatine segment of the show because it just keeps on coming back. So we might as
We
well just
actually
make it-
retired the segment,
Oh, really?
and somehow he has returned.
Somehow Palpatine
Yeah.
naked has returned.
Tradition. This is the time
Yeah.
of traditions. It's not time to start throwing them out the window.
We did out the. I see what you did there. Or down the reactor shaft.
That's right.
That's right. We did a birthday party for him. Do you
Hmm.
remember this, Freddie? Retirement
I-
party.
I
Are
don't
Is
know
that
if
what
it
it
was
was?
like a-
Palps?
I guess it was a birthday party of sorts. It was like a retirement party, right?
Yeah, because we read Dark Empire 2 and Empire's End, where he dies for the final time in Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And so we sent him off in style, but he kind of made his way back. But we'll get some fun news there regarding his entrance into the Star Wars universe. But before we get there, we got some stuff to show off. Hey, we had some roundtables in our recent episodes, so we shelved the Thraken's thrift store segment, but Thraken's back, y'all. We have some fun things to show off. And something I haven't even told the rest of the team about is going to happen live for this segment. I went to a thrift store recently.
Woohoo!
Found a few random things, one of which is really cool. Now, here's a fun thing. I found Dark Lord, The Rise. Oh, dropped it.
Ooh.
Dark Lord, The Rise of Darth Vader. And it is in
a
perfect
good one.
condition.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this thing. It is in spectacular condition by James Lucino, Yutini fan favorite author. Here's the problem. Turns out I already had a copy, but where'd it go? Freaking lost it. The copy I have is the Sci-Fi Book Club edition. So now I've got the big one and the little one.
Yeah.
And sell one. Which one? Don't know yet.
So the sci-fi book collection, is that the one that's a bit smaller than your standard paperback or trade? What is it? Hardcover?
It's slightly smaller than the hardcovers. Yeah.
Okay, hold on, guys. I think I got this.
Yeah, here we go.
Is this all versions of True Set Bakura then?
Oh, look at you.
My goodness.
The
You got the,
trifecta is complete.
The three little
That's
bears
beautiful.
of Truset Bakuras. The three little sea root.
This one's too
Yeah,
big.
that's
this
excellent.
One's
That's
too
a thing
little.
of beauty.
Yeah.
That's right. Flashing them like Lando
It is
Calrissian
three
and
little
some
bears.
Nice.
Pizzazz
Even this
cards.
type. I got the one that we all dislike here because it's got the text right over.
Ah, the handshake. The handshake is missing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Look at that.
what a
They're just
great
like, yeah,
handshake.
we don't need that handshake.
It's the COVID appropriate edition.
Freddie,
No
I just
handshakes
I just
allowed.
had a vision of you in the background in that bar in Attack of the Clones. Was it Attack of the Clones? Yeah, when the guy's trying to sell death sticks to Kenobi, and it's, hey, you want to buy Truth of Bakura?
You can go home and rethink your life. I've got a few others that'll make you want to rethink your life. Jedi Apprentice #9, The Fight for Truth. Young Obi-Wan and his GF on the cover.
Mm.
That's a great cover there, maybe. This one, I think, is a Drew Struzan cover. Zorba the Hutt's Revenge. Look at that
Oh.
Hutt beard.
Nice.
I mean, amazing. And then here's one I'm very proud of. The 2017 Rey Sampler.
Whoa.
Now, not a Legends book, but what it does
2017. Okay.
what it does have is some short stories in this thing. Turning Point by Jason Hugh and
Oh, that's pretty-
TK462 by Sylvan Newell.
Oh, man.
Voice of the Empire by Mur Lafferty. Short stories in this thing.
I forgot about that, Jared. I remember a time when was it Del Rey, I guess, and a couple others would just have like full-on books, pretty solidly thick books of just short stories and
Yeah.
snippets. I forgot about
These are
that.
cool. They've turned them to digital editions in recent years, and they don't typically have as many short stories in there. Mostly just like chapter excerpts from the books that are coming out in the year, which is fine. But I found a physical one, and it's gonna go great on my shelves. All right. One other thing I will save for later in the show. Do, however, have Volume 2 of Star Wars Insider the Fiction Collection. Anybody else get that one in?
Yep. Sitting up there. Cover is beautiful, man. It's
Yeah. The ATST, the Chicken Walker.
yeah,
Mhm.
on Endor or wherever it's at. Can't really tell. It could be with some like haze and fog and it's the scout troopers.
Ooh, look at Darth Malgus in here with the word Legends next to him. I just need a poster of this to hang in my new studio.
Mm,
Just
that'd be
Legends with Darth.
That's the next
Malgus.
mural.
The next mural could be. Who knows? We're discussing what the mural's going to be right now. Anybody else have anything you want to show off?
Oh man. You know, I should have been more prepared.
I don't really have anything to show off, but I've been playing with the R2 Tamagotchi for a week now. I'm doing a little video for Nathan. He's gonna post it on TikTok.
Has the battery died yet?
It has not died yet, but I successfully trained and sold my R2D2.
You sold him?
Yeah. So the whole process is
Aw.
really interesting. You just literally train the R2 and then you just like get rid of it and then you get a new R2.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if he gets sick and he I don't want to say because the droids don't die, but if he gets sick, quote unquote, the Jawas like just basically take him away.
Wow. Is that
It's
what
like
happened to
droid
R5?
flipping.
Yeah,
droid
yeah.
flipping.
There's
Droid.
R5's in there too. If you like press the button, his head explodes.
Skippy the Jedi droid. Talked about him on a recent episode of the Star Wars Archives. Rick, I saw you reaching for something. You got something there?
For later, nothing normal right now. I'm
Okay.
waiting for my Insider Volume 2. I think tomorrow it comes in. So
It's probably a Star Trek shirt. He accidentally looked at it and he was like, "Oh, I can't really."
actually, no joke. The Star Trek section is down here on the floor. Like I have one shelf, the rest of it's Star Wars. So
John Jackson Miller. Have you read that one yet?
oh yeah,
He does have.
he's
yeah,
got to actually
that's
have a
right.
few. He has a
Yeah, he
trilogy
does.
and then some new stuff that I've just read. It actually, yeah. So yeah, I can't talk Star
That's
Trek for too
awesome.
long. But yeah.
No. Keep that out of this show. I've never watched a full episode of Star Trek of anything. I know nothing about
That's-
Star Trek.
That's okay. I really didn't get into Star Trek until college, and so you'll once you I guess season up a bit more, maybe you'll give it a shot.
I'm sure what's gonna happen is there will come a day when I get like really sick, like really good and sick and bedridden,
Mhm.
and I'm gonna need like a new thing to watch. That will be the day
Yeah.
that my life ends. Yeah,
Oh.
the entire
Sick
the
and
start. Anyway,
bedridden.
I do
Bedridden.
have some. That's right. I have one last thing I'm very proud to show
Love
off.
that.
Finally, after 10 months, I think 8 months of having been on pre-order, my Star Wars Republic Commando.
Ooh.
What is this thing? The
It's a
limited
special
run,
edition, isn't it?
the big special edition with all the goodies inside showed up, and then the trading card was loose in the box, not in the
man.
cellophane, just in there, but it's holographic, so beautiful, rainbow rare. Now here's the question: it's still in the cellophane. Should I live unbox it right here on the show?
Yes.
So we want to see what's inside. It's gonna be too time consuming.
Do
Rick
it.
tries to keep me accountable with the time. All right, we'll keep it to like 1 minute. Ready? Here we go. I'm opening the cellophane. It just lost so much value. Now we're gonna talk about another
It hurts.
limited run thing next. Something that's caused a lot of waves in the Legends fandom, hasn't
Oh,
it?
he's lighting it on fire now. Yeah.
All right, there goes the cellophane. No, it doesn't smell like anything. This does. It's pretty good. Not amazing. All right,
Fresh.
here's the slip sleeve live on air, slipping off.
Oh, it's a nice. Okay,
Looks
that's a nice little slip sleeve there.
Oh.
I felt like we need some background music.
I know. This is appropriate for episode 69. I feel like this is very,
Somebody was bound to say it.
Did
it
you
had
say-
to be addressed, and
Did you
this was the
oh
time.
gosh. Just to clarify, did you say bound or pound to say it?
I've
Um,
never. Go ahead.
I'm not gonna
I'm gonna
respond to
redirect
that.
this. Redirect this. I've never played this game. Never played it. I'm excited over the holidays to take my Switch and dive into this. Really, just tackle it start to finish. So it had to come out of the box sooner or later. Here it goes out of this. Oh wow, a little.
Oh wow, that's a
medallion.
nice little sturdy box.
Show us
there.
what you're seeing.
Oh, yeah, here we
That
go.
is a nice box.
It's
I
got
can
the
show-
certificate of authenticity, so now you can all rip it
That's
off.
garbage.
important.
It's
Ready?
Make
authentic.
it's a a little steel book.
Mm.
It doesn't
Oh.
sound steel. Very
That
cool.
sounds
The visor is
fantastic, but it
holographic.
looks
Is that
cool.
the
Awesome.
is that the game cartridge holder thing?
Oh, let's find out, Freddie. We're gonna crack this
Careful.
open.
Careful.
Yes, but
Whew.
there's no game inside. I don't like that.
Oh man.
Huh.
Okay, no. Here's that was scary.
That was,
That was
scary.
like I've got a video I had to show you guys of opening my binder of Pokemon cards from the late 90s. I found it a few years ago. It was like I filmed myself opening it and there was nothing inside. That's how that felt. All right. So here's the actual game.
What? Oh
do I
man.
have
Where did that come
two-
from?
Why do I have two separate game boxes for this? Because I paid $100 for it. That's why.
Next time we do one of these, I need like a different camera angle because the suspense of not knowing what you're gonna put on screen
I
next is
know.
really freaking me out.
This may be my favorite thing so far. It is a coin.
Mm.
Republic Commando
That's
on one
iffy.
side,
Nice.
Solid is that thing?
Lucasfilm on the
Ooh.
other. All right, should we
Looks
flip
like-
it? Heads or
Mm.
tails?
Which one's
Heads.
which?
Tails. Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
It landed Republic Commando and almost took out the microphone and the computer in the process. All right. And that's why we do live shows, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, this one has pokies on the back. It's a thermal detonator.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Pokies.
What is that?
Like
Is that a pin?
sharp- like-
Yeah.
Yeah. The only other pin I have is the Chimera that Corey sent us for Christmas
Oh,
last
yeah.
year. So now if I put
Nice.
this next to it, it's like I'm gonna blow up the Chimera with a thermal detonator. Anyway, we'll see if there's anything else in the box. I think there's supposed to be a poster, right? Oh, there's more. All right, here we go. There's more. Now I gotta box this. Oh, there's two posters. Fun. All right. What
Nice.
double-sided, so that's how many posters now? If they're both double-sided, that's like 4 posters.
Ooh,
Here we
ooh, I
go.
like
We
that.
got the what is it? Which squad is this? Omega Squad
Is
or
it
Delta Squad?
Delta Squad?
One is
tell.
the one from the book, and one is the one from the game. I have a hard time keeping it straight. Oh, look at this! It's like a
Delta Squad.
watercolor painted style.
Ooh.
It might go up in the new collection. We'll see. We'll see. I've got a whole theme decided for it, so it's not Republic Commando themed. All right, and finally, one last poster. I don't know how to fold this up. We'll do it later. Please don't ruin that cap. And cards.
Was it like artwork?
Yeah. That's what it is, Freddie. Thank you. So we got a
Nice.
soldier.
Oh, man.
That's
I
awesome.
like that.
Oof.
Soldier looking somber.
Okay.
Interesting.
Maybe these go together.
Your
I wonder where they got
descriptions are
these
just
from.
gold.
Yeah.
I don't think
They
they go
describe
together.
exactly what you see.
I'm like
Mhm.
trying to piece them together. A soldier looking over his shoulder,
Oh.
like he's listening to a buddy who's trying to talk to him. Yeah, hey, a lot of stuff here. A lot
Yeah.
of stuff here. Not as much stuff, however, as has been announced for the Knights of the Old Republic limited run Master Edition. Rick, tell the good folks about this
Jeez.
thing.
Yeah. So I just saw the announcement for it. It looks pretty sick. I've seen the graphics and all that for it, but we have the Master Edition, a physical copy of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic for Switch, of course. Like the one that Jared just showed, it's going to have a steel book come with it. It's going to have a throwback case for keeping the game in. It's going to have at least one reversible 18 by 24-inch poster, character concept art cards, concept art lithographs, an Ebon Hawk metal pin, a light side, dark side commemorative coin, a very valid certificate of authenticity, a premium hardcover strategy guide, which is going to be very helpful, a Darth Revan miniature hilt replica, a vibroblade letter opener, and a replica Pazak set.
That is a lot
sounds
of stuff.
Man.
awesome.
That's
Here's
a
the
lot.
problem. It's double the price of this one, which was already $89.
Jeez.
It's $174. Right. Do we have an image of this? Don't we have a picture?
Oh yeah. All right. That's important.
Let's see. There's also, I learned today in an email, a premium edition that has some of the stuff, though not all, and it is $89 like this one. So it would be like the same amount of content as my Republic Commando one. I love, however, that they have escalated it. They're like, yeah, Knights of the Old Republic, we're going all the way in. Now, the premium edition has one thing that the Master Edition does not, which drives me nuts: a USB drive.
That's
It
awesome.
is, what is it? It's something. The USB drive is a thing. It
Like a
is
flash drive thing.
Yeah. But it's based off maybe a data pad. I can't
Oh
quite
man, look at
tell.
that vibroblade.
Mm-hmm.
It's a letter opener. If it was real
That looks very
life, like
fancy.
legit hanging on your wall vibroblade, wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah. I mean, even a letter opener is pretty sweet.
That is like, it's very useful too. That's the thing, right? Like most times you get a coin, you're like, okay, what do I really do with it though? But a letter opener,
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
For all my letters.
Yeah, for all the letters you get, absolutely right. That's one of mine and my wife's fundamental life disagreements. I would never open a piece of mail with my bare hands. I have a letter opener, and she just rips them open like an anarchist. So now I could rip them open like a Jedi Knight who has not fully completed his training because he has not made it to Dantooine yet to get his lightsaber.
Oh
You know,
my
okay,
goodness.
Indar has clarified for me the USB drive is a security spike. So
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
never would have figured that out without you. That's why we do a live show. So the question, guys, is which of the items in the Master Race Edition do you think is the best? Which one do you like the most? Is it the vibroblade?
I have a feeling I know what Emily's gonna pick.
I mean, the vibroblade. I feel like
The
there's no
vibroblade?
contest. Personally, what do you think? What would you think I was gonna pick?
I thought you were gonna go with Darth Revan's miniature hilt replicas.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's fair.
Those
I
are
want
pretty
That is
cool.
real Darth
actually a-
Revan hilts.
That's
Okay.
mine, honestly. I love the letter opener, but having those miniature hilts, just so cool.
Yeah,
My thing is, I like items that are also useful.
yeah.
So, like, if the hilt replica also is like a switchblade letter opener, then sure.
What about a flashlight?
I mean, I could get on board. There's a scheduled power outage for a 12-hour period that we're having for some reason in the
Wow.
beginning of December. So that
You
would
can
be
have
very
a novelty
useful for that.
flashlight. That's right.
Yeah, I mean, the
However,
sun
these
sets
things
4:30, so we're not going to be able to move around.
they go on sale. Pre-orders tomorrow if you're listening to this live on November 19th, but the window stays open until January 2nd. And as I found in my experience last time, it doesn't sell out. So you don't have to order it day of. You because you pre-order and then they make the number that have been pre-ordered. That's why
That's so
then there's
smart.
an there's like a 6 to 8, 10-month window on when you get your product.
Yeah.
So I did see somebody saying they've got a few hours here until tomorrow morning to decide are they going to get it or not. You've got a month and a half. So it's actually good news. I think they charged me when I pre-ordered, which I didn't expect. So I've got to wait till I got the money for it.
This is not good. I get like paid like at midnight tonight.
Perfect timing
for bus driving, and like we have a bonus and everything, and so this is not good. This is not good.
Yeah, you're gonna get
man,
it.
I just boxed the
You're
whole
gonna
thing
get
up and I found the back of the pin laying on my desk. I gotta reopen this whole friggin' thing. Freddie, you said you like the hilts. Rick, which of these things do you like the most?
Well, I mean, a lot of it, but I'm gonna go with the strategy guide. It's different, and I think that'll be. I mean, for me, struggling to play the game, that'd be helpful, right?
That's right. You got to learn how to take out that Rancor. Absolutely. I think for me, my favorite is the Pazak deck.
Yeah.
So the Pazak deck. I would love to teach my kids how to play. We've got Sabak, and now we'll have Pazak.
You know, that's
how do you say it, Freddie?
Pazak.
I think it's Pazak in the game.
It's probably Pazak.
They say it.
I say everything with like some sort of accent for some reason all the time.
I like it.
He zhuzhes it up a bit.
Pazak. One of my favorite things that I love about Star Wars is the games that they play, right? Like Sabak, Jarek, and a lot of the other games, right? Definitely. And when I see something that represents that, I'm all in. I was at the store and I saw playing cards, Star Wars playing cards. I opened it up. I was like, come on. It's not the it's not Sabak. What is it? The fool.
Yes, the idiot.
The idiot. The
Uh-huh.
idiot's
That's
array.
right.
That's right.
It's array.
It's array.
There's like 2 chapters of Darth Bane Path of Destruction that is nothing but a Sabak game.
I just feel like Star Wars is really not. They're not hitting it, man. They have so much potential with these 2 games to be like to have massive like turnout to.
Oh yeah.
One of these days we should like host the inaugural Yutini Pazak tournament or Sabak tournament.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I'm down.
It'd be fun.
Awesome.
No limits.
Well, I'm very excited about this. I think I predicted it. You have to go back and watch, from like 8 months ago when we talked about the Republic Commando limited run thing being announced. I think I predicted they would do a KOTOR one. I was very excited. Got to do it. I'm trying to build like a KOTOR shrine in my collection, like an entire shelf of KOTOR related items. I've got the Zalbar Black Series now. I've got 4 Funko Pops. I mean, this is really going to create a cool experience. And only more to come with the new game having been announced. Now, we do have a little bit more news. Freddie, tell the good folks about what broke today in the comics world.
Yeah, so Dark Horse Comics will begin publishing all ages Star Wars comics beginning in 2022. That's pretty big.
It's very fun. Dark Horse, of course, lost the license in 2014 went into effect 2015. IDW has been doing the all ages stuff. Now it's going back to Dark Horse. And do you think there's any potential to revive any of the Legends Dark Horse characters or story arcs? They did a lot of that with the IDW stuff. Brought back Jackson, brought back Hoojibs from the original Marvel years. Yep. Do you think they're going to revive any old school Legends Dark Horse characters? And
I want them.
It's got to be Naked Palpatine, right?
Yeah. I'll tell you what I want them to bring back. It has to come back. I don't want anything else but this. I want a World Devastator. I want to see that in canon. Cool. I want to see it canonized, because like they'll update it, look a little different. I want to see that.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. We said we were going to talk about Naked Palpatine. Here's the question. Do you know what the first Dark Horse Star Wars comic was? Let's ask Emily or Rick if they know. They're still new to the comics.
Yeah.
Why would I know this? I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. I have dropped a hint already.
Oh,
the Naked Palps.
Well,
the issue is not called. The series is not called Naked Palps. It does have.
I would assume.
All right. So I'm gonna go with the original Star Wars.
Oh, look at that! It's got a Dark Horse logo in the corner. It's because they reprinted
I know.
it. What
It-
year is that,
Th-
Freddie?
this is
Rick?
the reprint that came out with the DVD special editions.
Is that the 90s?
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen it with the Dark Horse logo.
And so I have the whole trilogy here, and they all say Dark Horse books on them. And so I know that these were published in the 2000s, but
Okay.
I would still guess that maybe the original comic run was Dark Horse. That's my guess.
I'd like to consult the chat.
Yes, Glenn is giving you a hint. Thank you, Glenn.
Is it Dark Empire?
It is. That's right. 1991.
Glenn, thank you. You really saved me
You're the
here.
real MVP. Absolutely.
Nice.
Hero of the chat tonight. And Freddie, the last piece of Legends Lookout news that we have this evening is right up your alley. Have you watched it yet? Have you seen the Boba Fett Under the Helmet special?
I have not watched even the Bad Batch at this point.
This will take you 20 minutes, Freddie.
I wish I had 20 minutes, my friend. I really plan on it. So for the first time in a long time, I actually have a vacation.
Good.
And it's a whole winter vacation. So it's going to be real nice. And I plan to just binge anything that I can. I'm going to get my hands all over Star Wars again.
Good.
Disney Plus. I've let that lapse because I haven't watched anything. And I've got a bunch of comics and a bunch of books just ready to go. I'm so ready.
It's well done. It's well done. The problem is there is no Legends history in it. There's no Johto cast, no hot dog Boba Fett. They don't even mention that the Sarlacc pit found him indigestible. However, there is some. We got a great image of it here on screen. Of what this was, a lot about the history, legacy of the character. Talks about his origins in the holiday special animated. What's that cartoon called? The Hungry Ewok. That's not it.
The Hungry Ewok.
The
I love
Faithful
it.
Wookiee. The Faithful Wookiee is where he originated.
Oh.
Talks about that. So that's Legends, kind of. However, there was some other big 90s news that broke. I just had to at least throw this in here for fun before we get into the show proper. And that is that it was announced on Disney Plus Day last week that the original X-Men animated series is returning under the name X-Men 97. On a scale of 1 to shick, how excited are you?
All the way.
Whatever that was.
that was fantastic.
It's Wolverine unsheathing his claws. Could you not tell?
I was a little shocked
Yeah,
there
I
for
know.
a
I
second.
did this.
I was a little scared.
The video editor will just put it in like, it just happened
Nice.
in post. We'll fix it in post. Did you guys watch X-Men the animated series?
Oh, totally, man. That was like that alongside Power Rangers. That was my morning commute, if you will. I would sit down, eat
to
breakfast,
school.
watch that on TV in the morning, and then go to school.
Classic.
Is it the greatest theme song of all time?
It's so good.
All right, Rick.
So okay, I was really big into. I think it was the X-Men Evolution series.
I loved that one too. Definitely.
And so that was for me. That's my nostalgic favorite. And so I don't know if I've watched I know that there's an earlier saga on Disney Plus right now, and they were new to me when I was watching them. I don't know if I thought that was the original. So I'm catching up. So it looked like it was mid 90s the stuff I was watching. So
Yeah.
That was such a great era for that kind of content, right? We had X-Men, Power Rangers.
Mhm.
We had, what else was around that time? Starship Troopers, maybe? I'm not sure.
Yeah. I mean,
Beast Wars.
I was big into Beast Wars. Oh yeah.
Yeah. What is it? Reboot. I don't know if anybody remembers Reboot.
Freddie's got some pretty deep pulls here tonight. It's not
I
been even me.
know.
How about the Mighty Ducks cartoon where there were literal ducks that
Yes.
played hockey?
Oh yeah.
yes.
And fought crime?
I remember that.
yeah.
Save the world?
Wow.
Probably.
And then what is it? Shark.
Oh,
Yeah, the sharks.
The Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. I had one of those
Street
puppets.
Sharks.
I still have one of those puppets in the puppet room I mentioned last week.
I have one too.
Nice.
Oh man! All right, this is getting out of hand. Now tonight, if you are feeling the anxiety of the holiday season, you need to. You're going to blow all your money on the Knights of the Old Republic limited run special edition for your Nintendo Switch or your PC. That's going to happen, and then you got to buy your Christmas presents, and then it's like, your holiday presents, and you're like, I don't know what to do. How am I ever going to afford to keep up with all the new Star Wars things? Hey, we wanted to talk about what it is to be a Star Wars fan, not just as somebody who has to spend money in order to keep up, to be a fan as opposed to necessarily a big spending collector, because we do talk a lot about collecting on this show. There is a culture within the Star Wars community of needing to have things, get things, and spend the bucks, but that's not what it is to be a Star Wars fan. So tonight we are going to pull out all the stops on anything and everything we can think of in terms of how you can be legally above board, right? How you can be a Star Wars fan for free. Emily, you said you were queen of free stuff. Is that what you said?
Oh, yes. I'm very good at finding deals and
What?
finding ways to get things for free.
So why don't you lead us off? We're going with 3 main categories tonight that all start with the letter C, because I'm a preacher, and I love 3 alliterated points. Lead us off with the first one.
Consume.
Yes.
So we've got my personal favorite, which is the library. I use the library for almost all of my Star Wars consumption up until very recently, when I've been featured on a Star Wars podcast. So I've had to start buying actual physical copies. So you can get the physical copies, and you can even get movies at the library. They have Clone Wars seasons, Ewok movies, documentaries, all sorts of content for free at the library, including Star Wars Insider.
So underutilized, in my
That's
opinion.
a hack. That's a hack that I came up with, which is a lot of libraries, not all, will have a back catalog of Star Wars Insider. And so that's a fun thing to do if you've already, read your Star Wars books. You just want to read a magazine for an hour. You want to get your hands on some of these old legend short stories from the old issues of Star Wars Insider.
Beautiful.
I've got a magazine, not my one in town. This one 15, 20 minutes away. Sometimes I'll take my kids there. They play, they read. I will grab a stack of them and just look at all the Legends content that I can find. Now,
I used to have to limit myself to the number of books I would check out at the library. I could only take home 3 or 5, because I would have 19 books and wouldn't be able to get through them by the time the excitement faded. So anyways, but that's not even including digital offerings either.
That's right. Yeah. This is a whole new angle on being a library consumer, right? Tell us about this.
Oh yeah. So different libraries will use different apps and software to access different digital material. So we've got Overdrive, which primarily does, I think, books and audiobooks. Libby, also books and audiobooks, and Hoopla, which also includes magazines and movies. Yep. I've tried all 3. I personally really like Libby.
Yes, me too.
That's my favorite. It's
Correct
the
answer.
Best. It is so easy to use, and you can put in multiple library cards. So for you nerds like me who've lived multiple places, and you that's the first thing you do is you get your library card. You can stack them. And so if you have one of your libraries doesn't have a book you're looking for, it's usually true that the other one will.
Oh, she's really getting into it. Look at this. This is
my
great.
Gosh. I'm telling you.
She's the queen of free.
I couldn't miss it. I got the tissues out the wazoo over here, but I can't miss this episode. So I just stack my library cards, and then when they eventually kick me out, I have to let them go. But I'm still using my library card from Kansas. I haven't lived there in 5 years, but I swear I would pay them to use their stuff. They always get the best stuff.
Jared,
cool.
And
I think most of the books that we've been competing with is because Emily has them all.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe so. What's fun is in our network in Massachusetts, obviously tons of social programs in Massachusetts. Now I'm going to the other side of that spectrum in Arkansas, where it's government.
Yeah.
And so the social program, actually, we're going to be in a place with a great library system. But up here, I've got 7 different digital library cards in Massachusetts that are part of the network. And so I game the system hardcore, definitely. Yeah. I have had the Hut Gambit reserved all year because I've been making my way through that one very slowly digitally, when I'm waiting in line somewhere.
Yeah, that is kind of the downside, is there is a time limit. But I think another great way to use the libraries is you can request them to buy things. So if you want to support authors that, so if you buy books used, the author doesn't really get a cut, that they don't get royalties off of that.
Something we've got to talk about some. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you request for the library to buy it, I think they have to buy like some kind of commercial. I would assume that they would get a bigger cut from that.
Yes, there's a license.
Somebody
It's-
does.
A license.
It's a whole thing.
Okay.
I've
I
listened to a
don't know a lot
podcast
about
about
that,
how
but-
all this works. I'm not going to
Okay.
get into that whole story right now. There's actually been some jockeying within the publishing industry within the last 2 or 3 years regarding what these digital licenses for libraries are
Okay.
like and how much they cost and how long a library has access. It's a whole thing. If you want to get into it, we won't do that tonight.
Interesting.
But I love this kind of stuff.
There's actually one more digital service that I've used to watch Star Wars content. It's called Canopy with a K. Not sure if you guys have heard of that one.
Thought you were
No.
about to say Napster.
LimeWire.
Yeah, LimeWire.
Oh my gosh, LimeWire.
Yeah,
Ugh.
it's called Canopy. It's another service. You attach your library card. I could be wrong if they've updated it recently. I'm not sure. But I've seen like the original Star Wars films. I've watched documentaries on Star Wars. It's pretty interesting. It's
I'm writing
Canopy
it
with
down.
a K. Yeah.
Oh, checking it out.
Yeah.
Now, it sounds like Emily. Oh, you got something, Rick?
Oh, I was just gonna say that I think we mentioned this in a previous show, but I have tried to steal library books and add them to my collection because they're really good copies. But I
Don't
couldn't
do that.
I couldn't just buy it.
You know, they send you to collections if you
Oh,
keep
yeah.
libraries book. Did you? I didn't know that.
I mean, like it would be probably still better than like the asking price for some of these Star Wars books. So
Some libraries will
That's
it's
fair.
have.
tempting.
And this is a fun thing. Then, if you want to cross over into the buying portion of it all, some of these older Legends books, libraries will then want to circulate
Yes.
out,
Yes.
and then they'll sell them. So you can get Legends hardcovers, library copies.
Mhm.
If you're paying attention to your library sales, but not tonight. Tonight, we're not going to spend a dime. Another good way to do that, you can game the system with your library. You can also game the system with free trials. Rick, I know for a fact you've done this, haven't you? You look like a free trial kind of guy. What are some services you could get some free trials for?
Yes, I am. You're right. So Audible, it's I think the best way to listen to audio books. And actually, you can go over to Yutini.com and get you a free Audible trial right now if you've not done it
That's right.
before. And check out a great Star Wars book. Of course, Star Wars books, in my opinion, are the best audiobooks around. The production quality is excellent. And so Audible has just about every book imaginable. I guess not every book, but a overwhelming library from every genre, every type, fiction, nonfiction alike. You can find, but especially Star Wars books. And I think all of the new canon books that are published have been coming with audiobooks, and a large number of Legends books have audiobooks. Not all of them are unabridged, unfortunately. But yeah.
But there's a lot that are. There's
There
a lot
are.
that are.
So yeah.
More than you would think.
Yes.
Almost anything published after 2011,
Mhm.
2010, 2011.
Yeah.
So there's 4 years there of unabridged Legends audiobooks. They're totally worth it. Audible, actually, I've started using Rakuten Kobo, which is a Walmart brand.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Their
Yeah.
monthly subscription is $10 instead of $15.
Mm-hmm.
So the capitalist in me is like, all right, Walmart,
Yeah.
you can have my soul.
Right.
But
See, I have
I've done-
all my stuff in the Audible ecosystem, so I don't know if I'd change.
That's
But
hard to-
it's
you
tough.
can pre-order like 12 for the year or 24 for the year for really cheap. Like it's a lot of money, but like your credit per credit is a lot cheaper. And then
Okay, I hadn't thought about this.
I asked them, and you can like blow through them in like 3 months or whatever, and then do the same thing again. And so there's cheaper ways to get credits, and I think it's like less than $10 if you buy them in advance like that. It's like I don't remember, but
cute.
look into it. But I'm all
Cool.
about that thriftiness. So Audible's great. Love Audible. There's also Kindle Unlimited, which is a subscription service with Amazon. You don't actually have to have a Kindle. You can use the Kindle app on your phone or tablet or iPad or whatever, but it works great for Kindle devices as well. And it's whatever's in their catalog, you can read as much of that. You can, I think there might be a downloadable limit, but you can cycle in and out what you use, and a lot of great content on there. It is sometimes limited as far as, you might not have the specific title, but it's great.
There's with Legends a weird assortment on Kindle Unlimited, and I actually sometimes use it as a challenge. Like this month, I'm only reading Kindle Unlimited Legends books. So I read the entire Last of the Jedi series, that young reader, all of them through Kindle Unlimited, on the exercise bike exclusively.
Nice.
It's like all of these
Wow.
bad boys.
Huh.
Oh, I pulled the Palpatine one. Perfect. Yes. Look at that
Great.
cover. Best
Nice.
Legends cover of all time. Calling it right now. This one random book I pulled off the shelf, A Tangled Web
Nice.
by Jude Watson. I don't even want to put it down. This is gorgeous. Okay.
Goodness.
What else is there, Rick?
Let's see. There's also Marvel Unlimited, which gets you access to an enormous, ridiculous library of Marvel comics, and there's everything Legends you can get through that service, and a lot of the new stuff. I think there's like a 6 or 3 month or 1 month. There's a delay between the stuff that hits the shelf that's brand new,
Yeah.
and when it comes to the service, it's a couple months, couple weeks at least, several weeks. I don't know.
think
Check
it's
it
a
out.
month. I think they shortened it to a month. It
To a
could
month.
be 3. It could be 3.
Yeah.
The cool thing, and I think, Rick, it was a big claim you said, everything Legends.
I'm pretty
Now,
sure.
this really is something we've got to check. I'm
Yeah.
quite confident that every Legends comic is on Marvel Unlimited.
That's crazy.
Please, somebody prove me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
That's
I would love to know. I think they're all there,
Yeah.
which is phenomenal.
It is.
Yeah,
If
Eric
you think
says-
about it.
There's everything. That's a
Mhm.
marketing campaign. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Seriously.
And there's another Unlimited.
Yep. And then there's Comixology. That's hard to say. Comixology Unlimited, another Amazon product that, in addition to giving you a library of comics that you have access to read for free, you also get discounts on buying your comics with this service as well. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, they also have some weird quirks as to what's included and stuff as well.
Right. In terms of the consume category, if you want to just soak in all your good Legends stories and even the non-Legend stuff, but especially your Legends stuff, great ways to get free Legends content, and it's all out there. And Eric makes a great point. The cool thing with these services, the 1 month delay, 3 month delay, doesn't matter with Legends. You can just dive right in. That's right. Freddie, tell us a little bit about something you can do on StarWars.com.
Yeah, this is my favorite one. So for those of you who are still looking for free things, right? There's access to the internet. I'm pretty sure you might have it by now. If not, you can go to the library
That's right.
and do it. But StarWars.com has a lot of content, a lot of stories, a lot of articles, behind the scenes. Man, there's you can fill up on everything on that site. There's even they have their own show as well, right? Where where they talk about insider knowledge of things or
Yeah.
interviews with actors. But they've also got some short stories that are available for free, and especially if you're savvy, know how to use that Wayback Machine, you can find some older stories and really go back and look into everything. And I mean, there's nothing illegal about that.
There's so many old school Legend short stories. I know that over there across the pond in the middle of the night in another time zone, Trevor is just absolutely off his rocker listening to us talk about how to get access to short stories using the Wayback Machine. That's just for you, buddy. Just for you. Emily, as somebody who helps develop new content here at Yutini, tell us about another kind of content you can consume for free.
Podcasts. You're listening to it. Podcasts, you can catch our Yutini shows on the Yutini network. We have 3 of our shows that are live on YouTube, and then we also have some Patreon exclusive shows. Technically not free, but worth it if you ask my opinion.
Then they release for free after a delay.
They do. And there are plenty over here. We've got like the Living Force, which covers all new content, the Cosmic Force, which covers comics, and Legends Lookback, which covers Legends. We've also got Bounty Hunt, which covers anything you can watch on TV. Star Wars Archives, which is all old school trivia. Ghost Crew, which is also TV. What is that one? That's
Rebels. Yeah,
that's
Eric
right,
is
Rebels.
here in the chat. He's gonna make Chopper swear at you.
I'm sorry. I knew that. I just couldn't remember off the top of my head. And Cafes, which is just chilling with Heather and Meg, and then Light Speed Skipping, which is a bit on a bit of a break right now, but we've got lots and lots of great content, all for free. Some is just with a delay.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's all kinds of ways you can support us for free, even if you're not getting into the Patreon of it all. There's all kinds of ways to show your support for our live content. It is not free for us to put out the content, but I mean, look at this. Look at these lights. Look at these. How much do you think that these LEDs cost? It's like 10 cents an episode. I actually have no idea. But there's other ways, reviews help us out a lot on your favorite podcasting platform. That's hard to say, apparently. Leave us a review. Any kind of engagement, feedback, thumbs ups, any thumbs, whichever direction, it's still engagement, and it helps. Want to know more about these shows? Well, hey, you can check out this ad, and we will be right back with some more free stuff for y'all.
Speaking of someone who maybe took too many breaks, it could be said, let's talk about the legacy of Han Solo.
Very good, very good.
Hey, Maz. Thank you.
Where's my boyfriend?
Where's my boyfriend? Yes.
I did, however, find a full-page image of a Rancor drawn by Cam Kennedy. All right, here we go. Empatajoyos brand, just to prove to you that I'm not making this up. See if I can get it up close enough to the camera. You see him there, looking in his bally self.
It's like if Buzz Lightyear met BB-8 in Jedi form. That's like what that looks like.
That's nice. Yeah.
Expensive. And then omnibuses, because they only print these once. So I got technically
There
I
you go,
have
flex,
the
huh?
I got the entire KOTOR series in collected. It's just in a hardback
and
it's-
autograph.
yeah, it's
right? I was
also
gonna say,
signed by
show-
John Jackson
flex.
Miller. So
If you're gonna flex completely and show off the autograph too.
Oh, that was an ad I hadn't seen before. We were over here behind the scenes like, oh, look at that. It's Empatajoyos brand, the greatest ball droid in the galaxy. Take that, BB-8. Now, I'm very, very happy with that. Love the fellow shows that we've got going over, our sister shows, brother shows, and
Cousin
gender
shows?
ambiguous shows. That's right. Over here
Network
at
shows.
Network. There it is. At Yutini.com.
We have
There's some
no
other-
family relations between
No.
shows. We're just
No.
networked.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of other great ways to consume free Star Wars content. Obviously, games. There's very few that are free. Freddie, do you pay a subscription for Galaxies?
No, that is free actually. You could. That's perfect. Thank you. I didn't even have to mention it this time. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxies. If you can set it up for free. I mean, at this point, Sony, it's all the rights. You know, are all the game's no longer making any money. It's all fan servers, and you can get it started on your computer for free. And there's no subscription at all. It's all, you know, if you want to get on a server, you might donate if you feel like it, right? In most cases, people don't, but that's a totally free thing to play. And there's another one which is more mainstream, in my opinion.
Yeah, Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I'm
Exactly.
proud to say I have now beaten the main story. I have
for
now
you.
beaten the first post-game expansion before the expansions that I'm really wanting to get to. There's one about Revan, and I just want to get to it, but I've got to do it before
Don't we
I
all?
move because I'm using the company computer, right? And so it's like a race against time to beat this thing. But I defeated Darth Arho last night.
What'd you call me? Sorry.
He kept lifting me up in the air and sucking out my life energy. And finally, I had to Google it, and somebody on Reddit said, he's not even hard. So thanks for that, bro. Beating. Proud of it. I'm just beat Ilum. Moving on to somewhere. Don't know yet. About to find out tonight. So that's another one that is free to play. There is a subscription you can pay, and then you get, if you cancel it, then you got preferred status, which is like really where you want to be, that sweet spot. But it is free to play. There's a lot of grinding, but it's definitely worth it for a lot of legend stories in there. So
totally.
many writers were hired. Alexander Freed wrote on that game. Timothy Zahn wrote on that game, for crying out loud.
There's
Timothy Zahn.
a lot
Heard
of
of him.
the one thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is how many authors had their hand in the production of games, the stories of games, right? I mean, the stories have to be written. It's not like they just do it, right? It's a whole different it's a storytelling. And in, you know, Star Wars Galaxies, for instance, you get a mission from Corran Horn to go check on some smuggler, right? And it turns out it's Booster or something like that. You know, there's a bunch of tie-ins in Star Wars Galaxies, and in Star Wars: The Old Republic, you've got some crossovers there too, and it's fascinating, man. I love it.
Now, there's one other way to consume Star Wars content for free. that we have yet to mention tonight. And I want to give this one specifically to Rick. What is this one, Rick?
Let's see. That would be to read the actual books you already have, or read them again.
What?
If you need a second lap, that's fine. If you're like me, you have probably, let's see, 200 books at least that you haven't read. I think I've probably read 70 Star Wars books or like less, and there's what, like 200, 300 plus now if you count canon. So yeah, just read the books you have. That's one way to have a fun, free weekend, right? Enjoying your Star Wars content. Just read what you have.
That's going to go in an ad for sure, Rick. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. I have, from time to time, my wife and I we'll put a freeze on our spending. Cancel Netflix, cancel Disney Plus,
Yikes.
cancel culture. We cancel everything.
Not what that means. Not what that means.
Oh, it's okay. It's not. I'm sorry.
Nope.
And we'll just consume what we already have. We read the books that are on our shelves. We'll make it a couple weeks before we start up the Netflix subscription again. But it's a good habit. Just like soak in to be content. Be content. Here's the point.
Probably the most libertarian take on cancel culture I've heard is canceling Netflix.
Just cancel it, man. Get it out of there.
Oh man. All right. Sorry.
Detox.
That's right. That's right. Go sniff some grass. Now, here's the thing. Consuming Star Wars is not the only way to be a Star Wars fan. And this is, for me personally, in my Star Wars journey, one of the best moves I ever made was I was a huge consumer of books and shows and podcasts. You could watch the Star Wars movies with, you probably already have them on DVD, VHS. Most people, hey, we've got them at this point. But then there came the day when I sent Corey Helton an email because I wanted to become a Star Wars creator, and allowed me to write for the site. And then now I've been podcasting for 2 years here with my good buddy, Freddie C. Now, here's the thing. There's so much to be said for creating in addition to consuming. It's good for the brain. It's good for the world. It's been good for the friendships of it all, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Freddie.
I was going to say the interesting thing about Star Wars, right, is even if you do have a little bit of money to spend, there's a lot of books you can buy on like eBay, for instance, that are from some organization, and all profits go to charity, and those in itself, $4. Every time I see a true Sepakura, I snag one every once in a while for like $3 right here. It's a whole book, $3. And that's the cool thing about Legends, right? It's been out for a while, and it's Star Wars. It's still Star Wars. It's still history.
Really want to throw a Creed Branton office quote of Creed. And just be like, who's your book guy? You're paid way too much for books, dude.
Your book
guy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Now, I with kids have found making Star Wars crafts is a fun way to do this kind of stuff for free. Draw some Star Wars characters, look at Jabba the Hutt and draw him. Rick is going to get something enthusiastically. I'm hoping it's a kid's drawing.
Very excited.
Oh, he's got something back there.
Oh, he just went out there and he just you knew exactly what you were going to do.
But there's sometimes I'll sit and I'll draw Jabba the Hutt when I'm listening to a Star Wars book. Good for the brain. Yeah. So there's all kinds of ways to create. You can do crafts. You can knit things. Of course, writing. You write your own fanfic. Write about Star Wars. Write about a Star Wars character. Hey, if this is something that you are interested in, you can always send us an email, and we'll talk about if you have a place at Yutini even. There's a high standard of excellence. There's a lot of work that goes into it. But if this is something that's interesting to you, creating in addition to consuming, I'd invite you to at least reach out at the very least. Rick, you're killing me. What do you have over there?
First of all, what are we talking about right now?
We're talking about what you just got from the back of your office.
Creating.
What is happening right now?
Creating in addition to consuming.
Right.
I said doing stuff with kids is a good way.
Yes.
And then you took off.
I was inspired. So one of the best dates in the recent years that my wife and I went on, this isn't free, but we could do it for free now, is, painting with the twist, that little date thing you can do.
Oh, yeah.
They had The Child.
Oh, my goodness.
It is so cool, man.
No way.
This is my wife's
adorable.
one. Mine's not as good, and it's at my church office, actually. But this is hers. I can't even, frame it.
I'm going to have to rob you.
Does it have a galaxy background? Are there like stars in the background there?
Yeah, it's like supposed to be a galaxy.
Oh, that's so cool.
But
That's a really nice picture.
Yeah, I mean, she
I
did a
would
great
buy
job.
that.
She did a great job.
Some beautiful art, man.
And we did make one with my son that's on a bookshelf over here. It's like a little tiny one. But anyway, so yeah, I was inspired when he said that. I was like, oh yeah, we've done this before, because I'm
Yeah,
not very
it's-
artistic, but my wife
It's
is
a lot
apparently.
of fun to create in addition to consuming Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like we've got to just absorb all the stories. There's so much more to being a Star Wars fan than that. And another thing you can do in the creation category is something that Freddie's doing with his Tamagotchi. Freddie, how fun has it been to film these videos?
It's been a lot of fun. It's so interesting because George Lucas, right? He's all about creativity and stuff like that. So the fact that you have your film, your camera with you, it doesn't even matter if it's that significant, right? In terms of quality, like you have something that not everybody had, even 50 years ago in most cases, right?
Yeah.
Unless it was a prototype.
I mean, even 20 years ago, my flip phone couldn't shoot video.
Yeah. And so nowadays, if you do have one of those, it's so funny. Just going back, I used to draw like stormtrooper armor and just cut it out and put it on me. with
No
tape.
way.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it was like pretty solid too. Just some of the shading, it looked a little realistic.
Out of what?
Out of just straight up paper and just
computer
folding
paper.
creases. Yeah,
Ah.
Cool.
and then just cutting it. Yeah, just
You got
trying to
pics,
figure
Freddie?
out how to do
I
it.
gotta see a pic of this, man.
Right?
Well, now I got the actual PVC armor, so
That's cool.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, and
But
that's
yeah,
another
it's-
good way is dressing up, putting on a
Creative.
costume. That's right.
Like Rick's epic.
Mickey on
What is
stories.
it? Luke,
His
Luke
stormtrooper
Scout-
helmet. No,
Yeah.
his rebel pilot helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
X-Wing
yeah.
Pilot. Yep.
Oh, I
that's
love
really
it.
good.
I love it.
Thank
Now we
you.
got a third category tonight. We have talked about creating. We've talked about consuming. There is a third category, and that is communing. That is being with others, networking, and celebrating your fandom in community. We have a great community at Yutini. Would advocate for people to jump into the Yutini Discord, yutini.com/Discord. We've got over 1,000 people in the Discord who talk about Star Wars all the time. We've got a channel for everyone on everything: Legends books, canon books, collections, pets. Hey, it's all there, and is a ton of fun to have that network of people all over the world with all kinds of diverse interests and beliefs and genders. I mean, it's a crazy, amazing place to belong. I cannot even begin to describe it. Hey, if all the channels are overwhelming for you, jump into 2, 3, 4 that are especially of your interest. A good Facebook group can be a lot of fun. You could even have a huge coincidence where you find the person who wants to buy your house in the group, which is very cool. There's other places that can be a little bit more on the cesspool of scum and villainy, so beware and tread lightly and obey the rules. Follow what the mods say. Reddit, hey, just like obey what the mods say. Be kind, respectful. That's the point, right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
A fun thing I've
Exactly.
done with others is to host a Star Wars movie night. We did this with the youth group from church last summer. Yeah, you put up a projector in the yard. You make some Star Wars snacks. You guys ever done the Star Wars snack thing?
We did for
Yes.
a birthday party for my son, but not too much.
Yes. So we did my youngest brother and I, our thing was movie marathons. And so we like lined up all the movie marathons like in ascending order. So we had like certain rules and we'd make like thematic food. So for the Star Wars one, I think we did like Yoda soda, which is classic. It's like lime sherbet and like Sprite or something, or Mountain Dew or something like that. It was really good. I liked that one a lot. I'm trying to think what else we did. This was a few years ago. This is like before I got married, so it's been a while. But there are a lot of really great options on like Pinterest and Instagram that you can find for like thematic food. Yeah.
Now, that's really got me wanting to make something, Emily. I want to make Yoda's root leaf stew. I want to make
Oh.
in-universe foods, not Yoda soda or Wookiee cookies.
Oh my goodness, you know what just came out? The oh my goodness, it was that cookbook. On October 26th, there was a cookbook released from the Disney parks.
Wait, you know the date of when it was released?
That's great.
Yes. Yes, I like cooking. Oh goodness, what is it?
Well, we'll look on the new release schedule page on Yutini.com. That's where we'll find it.
Yes.
But I'm wanting to make some in-universe foods, like the granola bar that Leia feeds Wicket. I want to learn how to make that one, and then dress my kids up as Ewoks and feed it to them. That would be fun on a log.
Maybe some of those frogs.
Oh, what
that
the
Jabba
ones
the
that
Hutt
Baby
eating?
Yoda eats?
It's the Galaxy's Edge cookbook. We've got what roasted kajaka root.
Okay, yeah, his root
Constable's
leaf stew.
tabs.
That's in there. The root
Yeah.
leaf stew. Awesome.
I think Constable's
That's something I want to make.
tabs,
Yeah.
Yob shrimp noodle salad. Braised shock roast. Fried Andorian tip-yip. Hey.
Hey,
There we go.
Had a tip-yip before. Parwan Nutri-Cakes, which seems kind of like granola bars-ish. There's a lot of stuff on there.
And if you want to do it for free, here's the challenge. Use only the food you already have in your pantry or fridge, right?
2 pizza
you go.
slices.
That's all you have in your fridge, Freddie?
Oh, Freddie.
That
I guess you're about to
is
go out of town.
awesome.
Or you
Now,
could
there's-
look at the pictures on the Amazon description. There are a few recipes on there, so you can try those out.
Yeah, we want to give a couple more little tips here, tip-yips even, if you will.
Tip-yips.
On the things you can do to do Star Wars in community. What's especially fun, I did this week, in fact, listened to a Star Wars book and was loving it and thought about a friend. It really made me think of them. And I said, hey, I'd love to gift you this book. If you have Audible will let you gift one book for free. That's not the free trial. It lets you share a book. The person
Oh,
doesn't have to
that's
have an
cool.
active subscription. They just have to have an Audible account. So you can receive one free book shared from a friend. You can
Aw.
send as many as you want. So I have probably sent out I've got like 100 Star Wars books on Audible at this point. I've probably sent out 100 to different friends over the last
Wow.
5-7 years. A great way to do it, and then share and get some feedback. What'd you like about it? What'd you not? My buddy read Heir to the Jedi.
Mhm.
Boy, did he have some things to say about that one. You know what he loved a lot more? The Thrawn trilogy, for example. And then Kindle sometimes lets you loan books. It's a little bit of a complicated process. Not all books qualify. Google it to figure it out, but does let you do it there as well with ebooks. One final thing we have to talk about.
Whoa.
What?
I'm still waiting for you to send me a free book. I can't believe you haven't sent me a book yet.
What book do you want?
I don't
Oh,
know.
gotta
If you got all these books, man, send me a book.
All right, I'll find you a
Rick,
good
read
Legends
the
one to
books
send you.
you own.
But I
Read
want
the
the
ones
audio
you
book.
have.
He wants a free book.
Audio book, man.
Yeah, we'll touch
Okay,
base.
audio
All
book.
right, you just
I've got
went right
I've-
through that. And I'm like, dude, I'm right here. All right,
Rick, I
sorry.
think I own every Legends Unabridged audiobook
Okay,
on Audible. So if there's one you want, yeah,
My goodness.
just
Awesome.
literally pick
that's so
one.
cool. I don't know about that.
Definitely. Yeah, and hey, if you're here in the chat, join the Yutini Legends Lookback Discord channel and request one, and I'll send one to you there too. But gotta obey the rules of the Discord. Follow what the moderators say. We're
Yeah.
strict over there. All right. Let's one last little tag here to close out the show. We need to at least be clear on this. We've talked about getting things for free. We want to be very clear not to support piracy. We only like space pirates, not real pirates. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes. So there was a recent controversy involving Alan Dean Foster and A.C. Crispin, who were not receiving A.C. Crispin's estate, that is, were not receiving funds for the Star Wars books they had written, the old school Legends books. There was a litigation against Disney, and the mouse eventually paid up. I don't know if that's been settled for Crispin. It has at least been settled for Foster. But the fact that that has happened for some means it might be happening for more. We want to support paying our authors. No, it's not to say you can't get books used. We all do that here. It's the world of Legends books collecting. However, there are still good ways to pay the authors whose content we're consuming and enjoying. Chief among them being picking up these new copies of the Essential Legends collections. You get a brand new collectible. It's a very readable format. I love reading these things. And the author gets paid. It's a good way to say, hey, we appreciate you for the work that you're doing. Want to say, of course, the library is a good way to do that. What you got there, Freddie? That's a real collectible, man.
This right here, Heart of the Jedi.
I want one.
His story is classic in the authors don't get paid story, right?
Yep.
And so-
that's exactly it. It's unfortunate, the whole story behind this book, and every book we bought or purchased or read of this, no royalties, and you have to think about that.
Yep.
Definitely. Now, Mike Stackpole said on Twitter within the last year or two, as the Rogue Squadron movie was getting all hyped up, that he doesn't get any royalties for used books. If you want to support somebody like Stackpole, if you've read all the X-Wing books 100 times like I have, you can pick up the ebooks digitally. So he gets those. Obviously, there's now this new the Essential Legends collections that are coming out in the audiobooks. So that would support people like him as well. Rick, you and I had a bit of discourse this week about this particular subject. Anything you want to add here?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to navigate, what we just talked about, because you do want to support the authors, and I wish there was a way that they could get, something from used bookstores. But, current state of affairs, that's not the way it works. But while we're talking about a way that you can enjoy Star Wars on the cheap, if not for free, I can't tell you how much of my collection I got from a used bookstore or from, I'm buying stuff online from people, friends, Facebook groups, whatever is good. But, if you haven't, like Freddie mentioned, there are a bunch of thrift stores that are, a charity organization or whatever. So there are ways that you still can contribute for good, and you never know what you'll find. I mentioned this earlier in the show, but my wife actually found these.
Oh, cool.
These are they came with the DVD special edition that came out in the early 2000s, I think.
Oh,
but,
really?
They're, comic. I think they're full novelizations of the movies, original trilogy movies. And I think we got those for like 50 cents a book. So like $1.50 for
Wow.
those. And so like, I can't tell you how many, hardcovers or paperback books that I've gotten super cheap while still supporting, a good cause. Actually, that's how I got into Legends personally. I was
really?
at a used bookstore looking for a Star Trek book, and got some Star Trek, and there's like 3 or 4 Star Trek books, but then two rows of Star Wars books, and I was like, Star Wars has books? Like, I knew about the kids' books, but it blew my mind, and I grabbed all of them, took them home,
my
and
goodness.
sent a picture to Jared. I was like, hey, I got these books. What are they? What should I read? And you're like, that's Heir to the Empire. You should start with that one. And so, good times. So yeah,
That's
that being
awesome.
said, just if you haven't already, go check out all the thrift stores close by and see what you can find. There's some gems out there for sure.
I bet between you and me and that used bookstore, we bought all of those Star Wars books over those 4 years we were in college.
Yep.
What's cool there is it does support local business. It supports bookish communities in your area. So that's fun too, the nerdy communities. But I would say if you're going to do that, also strike a balance in terms of finding a way to support the authors who have also contributed these great books. We don't want to take advantage of them, but we do want to enjoy their contributions. Anything that we've missed, guys? Anything we've left out that needs to be tacked onto this discussion?
I mean, that's a lot. I would say the last thing I can think of is there's still a lot of forums, right? Collectors forums that you can go to and interact with people and read some stories there. Listen to the original podcast of the Jedi Journals. Those are archived. That's where we got started. And,
man.
And they'll talk about the books. They'll get you involved with everything. And even if you haven't read it, man, just sitting alongside them and going through the details and fine tooth comb that they would go through. It's all available. It's all free. It's crazy that the days we live in now, and the ability to access whatever we can access, and if you have a family or friends to share some of these books and pass them around, and or even just have a book club of some sort, random book club. I mean, it's fun stuff, and Legends is forever.
It's forever. Oh my God.
And we had a great tip here, great suggestion from OK Indar, which is a great way to support the authors is to go to cons, go to signings when they have book signings. So the store gets paid, supports the local bookstore, and the author gets paid. So that's really cool. And a big perk to get to meet the author, get the signature. Everybody benefits all the way around. Like that trifecta of mutual. Yeah, it's very cool. Very proud of it. Now, next week, there will be no show. We're taking the week off. It is American Thanksgiving. At the Distinguished Stacks, we've got some Canadian listeners, American Thanksgiving, right? And our show falls on a Thursday. We're all going to have that turkey hangover. So, and plus, like my house can be full of family. And you don't want my 14-year-old brother-in-law crashing Legends Lookback, am I right? However, when we get back, we're going to have the Boba Fett Blood Ties Omnibus that is releasing November 9th. recently released. We are going to tackle this as our next roundtable. If you want to be doing some reading in between bites of turkey, and this will be what we discuss next. But that does it for this week. Thanks everybody for joining us here for Legends Look Back. Thanks especially to our incredible patrons for your amazing support. We love making the show, and we are glad that you have made it possible to do so. Thank you especially to Cheryl Bell, Patrick Ortiz, Carl, Sander, OK, Indar, JG Cars on our Jedi High Council, as well as Elizabeth Cloutier, Jason Mitchell, Sally Ann Chris, Eilerson, Freddie C, Earl Q, Tyler Latour, and Matt Billington on our Alliance High Command for your amazing support. Remember to sub to the channel and leave us a review in your podcast platform of choice. That helps us out in so many huge ways. If you'd like your thoughts read on the show we discussed earlier, you can email us at legendslookback@yutini.com. You can send us a message in the Legends Look Back Discord channel. You can leave a comment on this episode on YouTube, or you can message us on Twitter at Legends Look Back. I'm at Jared Q. Mays. Freddie?
At Wake Up Freddy.
Emily?
At Darth Dayback.
And Rick?
At Rick_Grace.
If you're looking to buy some of these books and want to help support the show, you can look up a book on Yutini, click the Amazon link in the profile, or the thrift books, the eBay. There's all kinds of ways to get some of these Legends books. Or if we're not spending any money tonight, you can go at least and leave us a review on what books you have already read and loved or didn't love, but hey, keep it positive. Because, after all, we would love to remind you to keep the Yutini fan code and be a force for positivity in the fandom. Until the other side of the turkey, may the force be with you.